In my freshman year, I specifically remember writing an essay that didn't turn out so well. And sure enough, when I got it back, I saw that big red 60 on it. As I was leaving class, I overheard a conversation between two students. Dude, I just used ChatGPT to write my essay and got a 96, one of them said. What? How can I get AI to write a paper for me, too? To me, the idea of using AI feels like cheating, but everyone else around me uses it. Why shouldn't I? The temptation to try AI is kind of like the temptation to try your first cigarette, but not. But what is it like? To me, it's kind of like soccer. Some people play soccer to get in shape or build their endurance. One of AI's promises is that it will help us think in new ways. During a game, I know better than to just pick the ball up and start running with it. That's a way of cheating, and for doing that, I will be awarded a yellow or even red card. I know it because I've been taught the rules along with the game, ever since my first practice. The difference between AI and soccer, however, is that we don't have that rule book. For example, when I'm doing chemistry, for example, do I use AI for my hours of chemistry homework when I get home late from soccer and my day begins at 7 a.m.? Why not use AI when it's right on my computer waiting for me to ask a question? Why take hours to complete my homework when it can be done in a second? Honestly, here is my internal confliction. When writing a paper, for example, do I think of a thesis, spend a lot of time researching and really learn something, but get a B? Or do I use AI, get that A+, but not learn anything? In a study I conducted, 93% of Chatham High School students say that they've used AI for school. And of that group, a third say that they've used it to complete assignments. This was last December. Imagine now. Beyond Chatham, a University of South Carolina study showed that 50% of students use AI to cheat. And in a New York article published earlier this month, one student described her AI experience this way. Quote, I think there is beauty in trying to plan your essay. You have to think, oh, what should my thesis be? Or what should I put in this paragraph? But the student went on to explain that she'd rather get good grades. Quote, an essay with ChatGPT, it just like gives you straight up what you have to follow. You don't really have to think that much. Now that Google has integrated AI, the line between AI and search engines is increasingly blurred, making it even easier for students to find precise answers instantly using AI. According to a study by Transforming Education, 60% of teens report feeling stressed every single day. And stress levels amongst college students have even risen by 30% over the past 3 decades. AI really stands out, however, because it scours the internet to generate precise, well-rounded information in a matter of seconds. Granted, some of the information you're getting could be wrong. The convenience is such a huge part of the problem. Some students are just willing to sacrifice their academic integrity just to see that A on their report card. But what students aren't realizing is that negative use of AI has long-term consequences. Experts warn that it diminishes critical thinking skills. AI ruins the opportunity to learn, struggle, and inevitably grow. Angela Duckworth says that, quote, the brain is use it or lose it. These are skills you just cannot go without, and AI cannot give them to you. They must be earned. One University of South Carolina study emphasized this point, saying that brainstorming is a life skill that you need to learn, and it's a life skill that's being ruined by AI. That initial struggle to think through a task or creatively approach one builds mental resilience and adaptability. Shungpeng Zhe, a researcher at the CQ University in Australia, says that AI has, quote, been linked to a decline in cognitive abilities, a diminished capacity for information retention, and is addictive. Yes, you heard that right. AI becomes addictive, just like Instagram or Snapchat. One Purdue professor, Andreas Bajarno, also warns that AI can become addictive. But let's not overlook the true potential of AI. When used correctly, one Harvard study showed that AI is not just for cheating. Students are using it to create, explore, and innovate. The study showed that 30% of students are actually using AI to create images. 16% are even using it to make music, and 15% use it to code. These numbers demonstrate that AI is sparking creativity and opening up doors to possibilities teenagers couldn't have imagined a few years ago. Think about it from a student perspective. AI can be like having a personalized tutor available 24/7. It can break down complex topics, explain them in a way that makes sense to you, and even adapt to a student's specific needs. For example, if I'm struggling to come up with a topic for an essay or need help with my calculus homework, AI can offer answers instantly that a busy teacher might not have the time to provide. It's like having a brainstorming buddy in your pocket. Harvard also noted that AI can offer answers to questions that might feel uncomfortable for a teenager to ask an adult, like, what are the long-term effects of vaping? This is the true potential of AI, to enhance our abilities, not replace them. The question we must all ask ourselves is this: are we using AI as a tool to enhance our abilities, or are we letting it become a crutch that hinders our potential? So, here we are, standing in a new kind of field. But there are no rules, no referees, no lines. But just because there are no rules does not mean that we can pick the ball up and just start running with it. Well, I guess some people do. But that doesn't mean that we're actually learning talent or IQ. It just means that we're getting used to breaking the rules. So, who's writing the rule book? I'm still searching. Thank you.